Welcome to another mini episode. We got League with No Name podcast. It's your boy Beans. We got JA here. What's going on?
Champ. It's
Oh,
good, man. Just waiting it out, man. Hopefully we get back to normal soon.
yeah, how you holding up with all this craziness, pandemic,
Ah, it's
right?
crazy, man. Just
2020 is
just
crazy.
with work. Yeah, work is crazy. Just crazy times, man.
I feel you. So we
Yeah.
haven't really been talking that much, so we got a lot to catch up on. What's your overall thoughts on the Falcons in the draft? What they did? What you grade them?
I was giving us like a C. I was kind of surprised at 16 when we took AJ Terrell. I know we needed a corner, but I don't. It's his championship saw him, so I'm still shaky on it. I'm hoping he come out, proved I was wrong. After him though, I love the draft. We get Marlon Davidson, we get a D tackle to pair with Grady Jarrett from Auburn. We get Alex Mack, successor. We get Matt Hennessy from Temple, who I've been talking about probably the whole time. I like him as a enforcer, in the trenches. Who else we get? We got Jalen Hawkins from Cal, ball hawk safety. So yeah, I like some of the pieces that we put together. We got a linebacker from I think it's from like Fresno. I think it's like Michael Walker. He might be coming in and starting right away. So I like the pieces. They added depth to where we needed. We was hurting. So right now it's just like a wait and develop game and see how it happens.
True. So let's see how you think it's gonna translate into the season. We all did predictions of our wins and losses. You went 11-5. What was your first thoughts when you first saw the schedule? What were you thinking?
It's brutal. The schedule's brutal, but you gotta be biased a little bit. It's about you gotta be biased. Like I told you, like no one gives himself a losing record. So there's no way I'm about to sit there and give a 7-9 again. So I mean, but in a season, the ball bounces your way a few times. So hopefully those games, that's going to be tough. Like, ball bounces our way and we could come out with a dub. It's a big year for us, though. I think everybody on the hot seat.
Mm, interesting. All right, so we're gonna go like game by game, at least for the ones that
Or
are important. So week one, you open up at home against Seattle. You set with a W. Russell Wilson and the boys coming to town. Why do you think you open up with a W?
we play like everybody loves Russ. Russ is a great quarterback, but we played him tough. I think him and Matt Ryan head to head. I think Matt Ryan leads right now. They got us last year by like I think a touchdown. But we was a bad team. I think we started like 1-7 last year. So I think we could jump on them from the beginning, like especially with the whole pandemic. Teams can't get together like that. So hopefully we use the home field advantage to our to our favor, and we could come out with a W against Russ and them.
Nice. So you got you starting actually 2-0. You go to Dallas to see the boys.
Yeah, be there.
Another
Hopefully
W.
I might be there. Hopefully, Lord
That's a
willing, I
great
should be
environment.
there.
I've been trying to get out there for a long time.
Bucket list for me. I just wanted to check Jerry's, bro. That's gonna be a tough one. They open up. I know they open up in LA against the Rams, so hopefully that trip back, we can get one our first week and then come back to Dallas. They they got the talent on paper, but we know how Dallas performs, when the lights is bright. So hopefully we could jump on them early. I think that'll go either way though. I mean, they got weapons to galore. So I mean, I think that should be one of the best games early in the season.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how do you think your defense is gonna hold up against all those weapons? They got three dog receivers, got Zeke, got Dak. Y'all gonna be able to keep up?
I mean, we getting guys back. We getting our enforcer back at safety. You kind of breaking up, bro.
Oh, it's the same thing I hear, and I don't know why it is, but it's got to work through it.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
got
say
you now.
I, just,
Yeah,
I didn't say anything after that. I was just waiting for your response on keeping up with the weapons. But I heard you say you getting back your safety. I didn't hear what else you said after that.
yeah. We getting back Keanu Neal. We add Dante Fowler. So I mean, they in the spotlight, smart, but there's still Dak over there. So hopefully Dak make a couple mistakes. We capitalize. We still got Debo in the middle. We got Grady. So a couple guys that we had in free agency. Hopefully we get somebody after these June 1 cuts. It's gonna be tough, but they still got to guard Julio and Red too. So I like my chances always with Julio and Red out there.
So week three, we'll skip. You got them beating the Bears. I think we can all
Of
agree.
course, if we lose the Mitch, hey, fire everybody, please.
And that's at home. Week four, this is interesting. Monday night at Green Bay. You got
Oh
a
yeah,
win. Talk to me
oh
about
yeah.
that.
Last time we been to Lambeau, I think we were ready, like season already over. We didn't play well. We get in there earlier, like in the season. Ain't too cold for us. So I mean, hey, Lambeau's a tough place to play. I'm gonna give them credit. That's a good team over there. But I like us, man. Like I really like. I see like we're not we don't have too many expectations this year. Like we're kind of like fine because you got Tom Brady in the division. They're gonna give the Saints and the Bucks all that all that love, which is cool for us. So I feel like that's an opportunity for us to capitalize and come out. I think it's gonna be a good game. Every time you play A-Rod, it's always something going on. It's always so Monday night. You know what we do on Monday night at the Lambeau.
I'm really interested to see that Julio versus Jair matchup. That's really
Yeah,
the
and
time we get
then
to see if he can hold his own. I'm really interested to see that.
and this is this moment. Like if Jair want to put himself in that upper echelon, DBs, like this is his moment, to accept the challenge.
Yeah.
So like I said, it ain't gonna be too close. So I think that helps us, in a way. It's still gonna be a tough game, but hey man, predictions. I'm not giving us a losing record, so somebody gotta lose.
All right, let's skip week 5 against the Panthers. That should be a game you should win if you could contain C-Mac. Week 6, that's your first loss, you said, at the Vikings. Why do you think that's when you guys first get the loss?
We don't play there at all. Like we don't play well there at all. Like we was there week 1 last year, and I'm thinking like Julio got the new deal, like new season, fresh off off losing season, and Cass just like came out flat. It's something about it's just like the stadium, man. It's camp well, like the venues, like that's one of them. And I just feel like I give killing us.
I didn't catch the last part. What was the last thing you said?
I said, and Dalvin, he killing us too. So if we can't control Dalvin, that's definitely gonna be an L. He did it last year. He killed us. Like Kirk went through like 9 passes. We still lost.
True. Dalvin can definitely be a problem. I've seen that firsthand for a while. Let's see. Week 7, you said beating the Lions. I agree with that. Week 8, beating the Panthers. I agree. Week 9, interesting game against a new look Denver team. You said a W. It's a couple of our friends that are Broncos fans, and they think big things for the Broncos.
Yeah, they've been talking crazy. I had to. They did 12-4. They talking Super Bowl like Mahomes. That's why I did it. Like we got them at home, at the Beanz. But Broncos been talking crazy. I got besides Randy ain't been talking. I got a couple other friends that's Bronco fans. I couldn't live with giving them a W that week. So we may lose. Be a good game, but quarterback. So I put himself to good into his rookie year. But now everybody they got film on you now. So we'll see what happens, man.
True. Skip over week 10. That's your bye week. Nice to have it like right in the middle of the season. That's always good.
We need that.
Week 11. Week 11, y'all go to play at Saints. That's a big one. You said taking an L. Why you say L there?
Because it just go either or. But when we play the Saints, man, they gonna get us once. We gonna get them once. We got them last year good at home, so I feel like they'll come back. More of a vengeance, take us more serious. When we came out the bye last year, we played them we beat them like 26-9. It's always a grind in the NFC South. So I think like we'll split a lot of them in the NFC South, but we'll get the Panthers twice. But I think they'll take the one at home.
Skip over week 12. You said you beat the Raiders. I agree with that. At home. Then you got the Saints the following week again back at home, but you win this one. Why the quick turnaround and the difference in the game?
I think this year coming up, like home field will be a big key. Like with the division, now that Brady's in it, I feel like we'll get that one though back at home, especially off the quick turnaround.
Word. Let's see. Week 14, you say you go to the Chargers and lose. The Chargers didn't play that well last year, but you expect them to bounce back this year.
Hey, that team, they can make some noise. I like the defense. Chargers probably my favorite team in AFC. If I had a good team, like I just like how they are on paper. I always like the Chargers, and then Derwin's one of my probably favorite safeties in the league. So yeah, going to LA. I mean, I think that unless we could get after Herbert, if he's going to be the starter, I think we'll take an L there.
So you said that's your favorite team. Do you think they'll be able to compete with the Chiefs in that division?
I think they could if they stay healthy. The injury bug kills them, and then Phillip Rivers didn't play well last year either. So that took a lot from them. But they lost Derwin before the season started. Think they lost a couple other guys too. Like, and they just didn't play well either down the stretch. And Melvin Gordon holding out, that kind of when he came back, the team didn't really gel like that. The continuity wasn't there. So I still think, on paper though, they are a dangerous team in my eyes.
Yeah, they definitely can make a run if the quarterback play is good. So you got back-to-back losses. You got Tampa Bay coming to town in Week 15. You say you lose in your first game against Brady. Why do you think that?
Yeah, it's just they come to town. Like sometimes we don't really play to our potential until we see them again, especially in the division. Like if Breeze gets us the first time, we'll go back and get at him. So I got to split with them too, just because like with them it's been the same back and forth for the last couple of years too. Like nobody's really been sweeping each other in division, unless you're like really bad. Like I think the Panthers won't be that well, so that's why I give us a season sweep over the Panthers. But I think we'll split with both the Bucks and the Saints this year, just because two teams, two juggernauts going at it. Like you're going to get somebody, eventually.
True. This isn't your Jamie Wilson Buccaneers anymore. This is a new team.
Yeah, we see how Brady played last year. Like they got the weapons, but I'm not too hype on them like that because like Brady didn't look good at all really last year. Whether even when he had the weapons, like yeah, they beat bad teams too when they, had Josh Gordon and they had AB for one game. They played the Dolphins and then they beat the Steelers week 1, who just looked bad already. So the jury's still out. They, teams can't really get together right now. So you got to see how that offensive line works together. A lot of new pieces over there. The defenses, they're definitely legit. They're probably like the number 1 rush defense over there. But at the end of the day, man, hey, it's still Julio and really out there, and I'm ready to see what Gurley does. So we got the weapons to match up with a lot of teams this year.
Speaking of weapons and matching up, you got them losing actually 3 in a row. Week 16, you go. Is this home or away? You go to the Chiefs. You got another L.
Ooh, it's Mahomes. Like we got nothing for that show. Let's just come back home in week 17 and let's try to finish things up, like, or go back on the road. But
you don't think you could at least score with them? Their defense isn't that
we
great.
could score. We could score with them, but it's like, can you get the necessary stops? It's not about like anybody could probably score on them, but it's like, can you really stop them at key moments in the game? Like, can you get off the field on third down? You can't give Mahomes a 3rd and 13. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta know how to get off the field against him. So I'm not saying that it can't be done, but right now I just don't think.
So you end with the W against Tampa Bay on the road, which puts you at 11-5. So with that record, where do you see yourself finishing in the division?
I give us second in the division. I think the Saints win the division. I think the Bucks finish 3rd, and Panthers finish 4th. I'm not too like. I get it. It's Brady, Gronk, but Gronk didn't look good his last year, and missing like high level football for a year. It ain't like just just picking up like a golf club or something. Like it's not the same. Like he ain't been hit in a year, over 2 years. Like so, I think they finished like 9, like 10-6, 9-7. I think it'll be 2 teams getting in from our division, possibly 3. Depends how everybody else plays out. Because see the Bucks, because with that extra spot in the playoffs, you could probably get the 17 now. So you never know what can happen in the NFL. So I think we finished 2nd though.
That's true. So last question: where do you see your team capping out at? Can they make it to the? Well, they're gonna make the playoffs. You said. Will they make it past the wild card, divisional, conference championship, Super Bowl? What's the potential?
I could potential, because there's still a lot of needs. Still, like we still got a lot of hope. I would say potential. I would say we get to the divisional round. Like we probably play wild card weekend and get to divisional. Anything after that, I would be surprised because like I still like the cap strain that we have right now. It's kind of tough. Like we can't really make the moves that we want. We invested some money in the guys that didn't work out. So we're gonna hold for some money right there. Yeah, I'll give us a divisional round. Anything after that, I'd be surprised because I think we're like maybe like a year or 2 away from really getting back to where we were in 2016. Where we made the run and got to the Super Bowl, like we were right there. So I think just getting over that whole meltdown, like it's been a while. Like it's been, it's going into the 4th year. It wasn't gonna be easy, even though we made the playoffs the year after, but we weren't that same, that juggernaut. Like we still had to replace Kyle Shanahan, and then we had a different OC. We went from what's his face, Sarkisian. Then we went to we got Dirk Cutter now. We got a new DC. So I think anything playoffs is definitely great for us if we could win a game or even if we get a bye. It'll be great, but I'll definitely cap as a 2nd round of playoffs.
Nice. So just to recap, you have your prediction is 11-5. You think you'll make it to at least the divisional round. So for all you Falcons fans that are watching, those Saints and Bucks and Panthers fans, let us know what you think about that prediction. I think
don't bring who that in here.
Huh?
Don't bring them who that. Oh my god, they
I
the
mean,
worst, man.
I think that's a pretty realistic, possible 10-6.
Like
It could happen.
it was a method to my madness. Yeah, I know you counting the Packers L. I know you be 10-6,
It is what it is.
but it was a method to my madness. Like it wasn't just 11-5 just to say it. Like your games are winnable. Like you know how I go. Like you got a couple favorable bounces. You know, like
I don't
you
know
know,
anything about favorable bounces. I
you
don't
know,
know anything about that.
you know how the ball can fall your way sometimes. Couple flags. You know, let Moose tell it. Couple flags. So
True.
I mean, I think with any NFL season though, you need a couple bounces to go your way. So hopefully those fall this way this year. And 11-5 really good. Schedule is tough though. Don't get me wrong. Like I say 11-5, but we could easily be a 7-9, 6-10 team if we're not careful, especially with that last back half of the schedule after our bye week in week 10. We got all division games and we got Chargers, Chiefs in there. Like that's brutal. So to start off well is going to be key. We didn't start off well last year. We started 1-7.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping we come out the gates firing, but we can make something. I think it's kind of delayed too. You heard that?
It was going in out the last part, yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, hopefully we could come out the gates, firing all cylinders because we started 1-7 last year, which led to some different changes. So with the whole pandemic thing and teams not really being able to do what you could do right now, hopefully we could just find something, some motivation where we just come out the gates, just firing all cylinders and we could reel off a couple wins because that last back half of the schedule is crazy.
Word. Well, thank you for the predictions and going through that with us. Hopefully we can get Cheese and Moose on to talk about their crazy predictions soon. Or we can get people's opinions on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. I'm ready for Moses. I'm ready. You know,
Who knows what happens.
Moses is crazy.
But all right, we will catch up with you guys later. League with no name.